Hey everyone, it is past. We'll just let a few minutes for everybody else to come in to the chat, but welcome to everybody that's joined so far. Karthik, Dow, Chemist, Matej, Abby Baby, Shavvat. Sorry, I've butchered everyone's name there, but nice to have everybody here. Like I said, we'll just...
How are you?
Doing well, yeah, doing well. I mean, compared to last time we spoke, most cryptos are incredible. Like we spoke, just over a month ago, we did an AMA.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, since then, Bitcoin's up, 15%? Ethereum's up almost 50%. Solana and most other routes, similar to Bitcoin, 10 to 20% increase. So, yeah, it's a good time to be alive in crypto land.
Yeah, nice time. Yeah, I guess ETH is reaping the rewards from the Pectra upgrade. That's an important one, actually, for the whole ecosystem, I guess, for the whole EVM ecosystem. Now there's an opportunity to build diverse solutions and, yeah, maybe get some of those Web2 folks into Web3.
Absolutely. That's what we're seeing. And not only is it a good time in crypto land, but also in Sperax. We've got a lot to speak about today. As you guys can see on the spaces here, there's OptiFAI. That's going to be one of the main topics of today's talk, and one of the things that we've been working on most over the last month that I'm sure pretty much everyone in this call is going to be keen to use and can get value from it from the day they start tapping into OptiFAI. So that's fantastic. And yeah, 32 past now. We'll give it one more minute to let everybody else join. Hey, Karthik, how's it going?
Hey, Felix, all good. And yeah, a lot of positive vibes in crypto overall over the last 1 month. And yeah, looking forward to our discussion over everything. So, yeah.
Good stuff. Okay, cool. Well, it's 3 minutes in now, so yeah, I just say we kick it off. We'll start with a basic intro on Sperax, what we do, and how people can interact with Sperax and find value out of it. And then that's just kind of like a primer for everybody joining the call to bring everybody up to speed on what we do. And then later on, we'll move into the major updates since the last AMA, which was held 4 weeks ago. Then there's been some community questions that people have been asking over the past month online. We'll go through them. And also that's just a friendly reminder to everybody listening now that if at any point you have a question about Sperax or a doubt that you don't have the answer to, feel free to ping us a message on socials. We'll probably get back to you directly, but then we'll also address it in our monthly Q&A roughly this time next month. And then to finish off the call, we'll take any community questions from here. So if any of you guys have anything to say, just request the action to speak, and we'll unmute you and give you a voice to ask. Alternatively, if you're a bit shy and you don't want to talk, or you're not in a position to talk, you can drop a message in the chat here in the Twitter Spaces, and we'll go from there. Cool. All right. So circling back to the very start, a brief introduction about us. Welcome everybody. Great to have you all here. As we've already said, Bitcoin's at all-time highs. Coinbase got introduced to the S&P 500, the first crypto company to do it. And there's tons to be enthusiastic about. MicroStrategy keep on buying Bitcoin and coming up with novel ways of fundraising. That's also what's helped propel Bitcoin back to away from the range that it was trading for a couple months, and now back above 100K. And yeah, we've seen ETH go on an incredible run over the past couple of weeks. So yeah, good time to be alive in crypto land. My name's Felix. I host the AMAs here at Sperax and do some community engagement stuff as well as working with the team. We also have Karthik here. Karthik, do you want to give a brief intro on what you do here at Sperax?
Yeah, sure, Felix. So I basically oversee marketing here at Sperax, and yeah, I guess Shaleen, maybe you can introduce yourself as.
Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good everyone, good evening. Yeah, this is Shaleen here. Take care of ops and BD at Sperax. And yeah, nice to connect again with you guys.
Awesome. Cool. So it's the three of us here today, guys. And between the three of us, hopefully we can give you a solid update on what's been happening here at Sperax and give you answers to the question. But before we get into that, what is Sperax? So Sperax is a multi-chain yield automator that is designed to automatically grow your assets, particularly stablecoins. So if you have any idle stablecoins, you've exited some crypto and now you just hold stablecoins, Sperax is your place to look for yield on them. Within Sperax, we have SPA, SPA, that's the SPA token, and it's our native value accrual token. You're able to stake SPA, you get rewards, you get veSPA that provides governance rights and key proposals. We're going to speak about some of them later on, of how voters, I'm sure some of you guys here listening have been involved with the community and were able to vote on some of the proposals. As well as SPA, we also have USDs. That's a stablecoin yield aggregator that basically provides passive income on your USDC, your USDT, or USDC.E using safe, audited, delta neutral strategies. So rather than you can look for yield on your USDC via USDS. At the minute, we have a couple of farms available. We're able to provide 60% APR on stable USDS farms and 20% on SPA USDS farms. So whether you're holding USDC, USDT, or even SPA tokens, you're able to get 60 or 20 to 60% APR on those tokens via delta neutral strategies. And one of the main, I mean, it's in the title of this Twitter Spaces, and it's going to be one of the main topics of here. We have a new yield optimizer, which is called OptiFAI. The beta launch happened recently, and we'll get more into that later, but that's one product that we've been working on, and it's kind of a nice merger of crypto, AI, and looking for yield for all of our users. We'll get into some of the updates now. So we'll kick it off with OptiFAI. OptiFAI is a new yield optimizer product. The reason why it's called OptiFAI is because the community members actually voted on a poll that we shared earlier this month, and OptiFAI was the name that most people voted for. So I'm sure some of you guys listening here did indeed vote. So thanks for voting, guys. I love the name. I think it's great. Great job there. We'll get into some of the details of OptiFAI now, actually. What is OptiFAI? So basically, it's a smart system that manages your money in DeFi and aims to maximize your profits by choosing the best strategies automatically, powered by AI. So rather than you having to look on all these across the realms of DeFi, hunting for the best yield opportunities, OptiFAI is a system that automatically does it and then leverages AI to get the best possible results. It's a system that gets you more money from your crypto without requiring you to do anything, really. Sure, you might have to make a few clicks, but it's all automated. So the human input that you have to shed to it is pretty much none. So it's really, really cool in that sense. Very much passive. Deep down, it has one major task: to make your money grow safely by discovering optimal spots to gain yield across the world of DeFi. Like I said, it's passive. It's very much automatic. So we're coming at it from a very user-centric, or it was built very much with the user in mind, with you guys in mind, keeping the needs of you in mind, whether you're a trader, whether you're a Web3 native, or whether you're a holder of SPA or veSPA, or you're completely brand new to crypto. We're pretty confident that we've built a product that will serve you with OptiFAI. Right now, I mentioned this already, but we're in the beta launch now. I believe the full launch will be coming in the next couple of weeks, but there'll be some information about the roadmap posted. Maybe I'm not sure if it's allowed to be published, and if we're able to leave a link in this call now, if either of you guys have it handy. But yeah, I believe it's coming in the next few weeks, the full version. But like I said, right now it's beta. And one cool thing that I noticed, I haven't been that involved with it, but one thing that I noticed that was cool when going through the details and reading through the literature is that users will be able to propose their own strategies as well. So it's very much collaborative and under the essence or under the culture of open sourcing. And hey, if you believe you can make a better strategy with better yield, please, like, you're invited to come and participate and contribute to the network. The reason why we're in beta launch right now is that the contracts are currently being audited for the full version. So I imagine that once that's done, it will go live. It's also going to be available on multiple chains. So whether the yield opportunities are on Arbitrum, whether they're on Ethereum's layer 1, whether they're on Base, the strategies are searching through all these different layers and different chains to hunt for the best yield. Predominantly right now, it's stablecoin usage. So if you're holding stables, that's the place to put them. I'm just seeing here, the roadmap is out. I'm not sure if you there we go. It's actually already been linked to this Twitter Spaces 1 day ago. So if you guys want to check out the roadmap on this on OptiFAI, it's in the Twitter Spaces here linked. And then lastly, there's also some really good opportunities for SPA and veSPA holders. So yeah, absolutely stay tuned for that if you're a SPA or veSPA holder. Shaleen and Karthik, anything you want to build off of that?
I mean, there are so many things to discuss. Maybe we'll discuss them as we move ahead. But the essence here is that we are trying to build a product which is for everyone, and it makes earning interest as easy as possible on your earnings, right? So you guys work hard and you have your savings or whatever investment. Our job is that we ensure that we provide you the best returns on that in the safest manner possible. Just to add on one aspect, so besides the stablecoin strategies which you pointed out, so in the roadmap as well, we have mentioned about other chains and other tokens as well, on which would be providing returns on OptiFAI. And currently as well, besides the stablecoin strategies, pretty soon you'll see the ARB strategies go live as well. So yeah, more to discuss. We can discuss a bit more as we go ahead. But yeah, for now, Felix, that's it.
Amazing. Okay, so we're just going to fire through some other news, and then we'll get into more details later. So SPA, the SPA token that I mentioned earlier, our native value accrual token, has been listed on Pionex. So if any of you guys are trading on there, you can now interact with SPA. And one thing that I mentioned earlier is that people have been voting on key proposals, one of which was SIP 70. SIP stands for Sperax Improvement Plan, and 70 because it's the 70th proposal. But essentially, SIP 70 was the community successfully voted to pause the minting of the SPA token, to permanently fix the circulation supply that we've been seeing, and also to renounce ownership of the SPA token in hope of strengthening the security and enhancing the decentralization of the token. And we're already seeing the impact of that. So TokenSniffer is one of the sites that basically grades tokens, has upgraded SPA score from 50. Upgraded the SPA score, I think it was in the low 40s before, out of 100, and now it's 50 out of 100. So TokenSniffer is already recognizing the renouncement of ownership and has gifted the token some extra points as a result of the back of that. So you're seeing platforms like Dex Screener now reflects these upgrades too, because Dex Screener pull in safety data from TokenSniffer. So imagine some of you guys are using Deck Screener, and yeah, it's already live there too. Another thing that we wanted to shed a bit of light to today, a bit of focus, was the Ethereum Petra upgrade. We're keeping it, or the success of it. It still baffles me now. I've been in crypto since 2017, I believe, late 2016, 2017. And despite Ethereum moving very slowly, it's phenomenal to see them roll up upgrade after upgrade with minimal network interruptions, minimal issues. And yeah, again, we've seen a successful Petra upgrade. So we're keeping a close eye on its impact, and are very much keen to shift or improve our product suite to make it as user friendly as possible and to align accordingly. There's also some partnerships that we've been pursuing and some other listing opportunities. We mentioned that that the SPA token's now live on Pionex, but there's absolutely more to come. I can't reveal that much more right now. Yeah, SIP 71, another proposal, also went live. So now, Shaleen, I might pass it over to you. Do you want to explain what SIP 71 is and what the goal of it is?
Yeah, sure. So the proposal basically seeks a grant of about 750 million SPA tokens from the Sperax treasury on Arbitrum to strategically enhance SPA's accessibility, liquidity, and market presence primarily through new exchange listings. So this grant will be primarily used by a foundation to get SPA listing in tier 1 exchanges. And the activities which we'll be basically doing or performing with these tokens are listing fees and marketing activities, including airdrops, contests, AMAs, quests, and obviously contests that are being organized by the centralized exchanges. So these tokens will stay in the treasury on standby and will only be utilized once we get a listing. And there is a very detailed reporting structure being proposed in the SIP as well. The community members can obviously go check it out on forum, the Sperax forum. It's live there. It will be there for about 10 to 12 days before going on for a vote. So you can share your views. We can obviously discuss improvements, and maybe if you want some improvements on the reporting side or how you want to proceed, and maybe if somebody wants to share something else, do share your thoughts, your comments, and obviously vote on how you want to proceed with the proposal. But yeah, reiterating the fact that it will only be used for getting tier 1 listings, and the tokens or the grant will primarily used for listing fees, marketing activities, and market making, initial pool creation, and all those.
Okay, big thanks for that, Shaleen. Now let's take the conversation back to OptiFAI, and Karthik, I'm going to ping you a question. When can we? So I mentioned that OptiFAI is already in beta launch. When can we expect the full launch?
Yeah, that's a pretty buzzing question among the community members as well. So we have already initiated the audit process, and we are on track to launch OptiFAI within the next 30 to 45 days. As you mentioned, of course, the beta launch has already been done. So our main goal has always been to keep the safety of our users' funds as something of paramount importance. So as a result, we are just going through the audit process right now, and as soon as that's done, I think we are pretty much ready to make that live.
Marvelous, cool. There you go, guys. There's the answer. Okay. Well, we've got the link there of the roadmap of OptiFAI roadmap. Do we want to give a quick summary of what the roadmap is looking like, guys? Shaleen, that's probably for you.
Sure. To be honest, there is so much to talk about. But I would like to start with the vision of why we are building such a thing and how we are building it. So the main objective is to there's so much confusion in the DeFi space. There are so many things out there. There's lending protocols. There is liquidity pools. There are farms. There is staking. There's liquid staking, restaking. Then there is bridging and accessing new chains. There are so many chains, so many opportunities out there. It becomes quite difficult for a person to manage uh, their investment to maximize the profit that's available across chain, across the domain, across the DeFi domain in the ecosystem. So OptiFAI is the one-stop solution for all that. Currently, we started with lending, optimizing for lending protocols on Arbitrum, and the next step is we're going to take this product to Binance Chain, BSC. We'll be launching OptiFi hopefully by the end of June. There we'll be launching it for 4 tokens. We'll be launching it for USDC, USDT, BNB, and BTCB. Again, we'll be optimizing for the lending protocols or the yield that's being generated via the lending protocols. And then again, we have initiated the research on the liquidity pools. How can we get them into the model? And we'll also start researching on bridging tokens, so that if somebody, let's say for example, invest on Binance Chain, or somebody is investing on the mainnet or any other chain, so the yield does not only get optimized in that chain, the yield gets optimized across all chains. So that is something that we will bring in. And also, our community is always important. So there will be chance for the community as well to participate in this process. They can stake some SPA. There is a limitation to that. They can stake SPA and propose their own bot, which can basically do optimization. And after a considerable testing of about a month or so, we can like make that bot public as well. So it's open for all. Anybody can propose a bot. They just have to be invested in the ecosystem, and there's so many things happening. But for I can definitely talk about what's going to happen in the next month. As I've said, we'll be going on BSC. We'll be taking the SPA token on BSC. We'll be taking the OptiFi product on BSC. We'll be launching 4 vaults, lending vaults for now, which includes USDC, USDT, BNB, and BTCB. We are currently researching 4 protocols there, which are Lista, Venus, Kinza, and Alpaca. We have already finished our research on Aave. So these are the 5 protocols that we will be integrating with the yield optimizer product on BSC. So it's gonna go great for sure. And once the audit reports are done, or once the audits of the contracts are done, we'll publish the repository. We'll launch the bug bounty program, as we have done so with USDS and Demeter. And obviously, anybody can build on top of it. So that's the space. That's the main objective in the DeFi space, that we all grow together. So this is something that can be used or utilized by anyone in the Web3 or even the Web2 space. Someone who doesn't know what is DeFi about, they can. So there are few more integrations that we'll be doing. So yeah, there are so many things to talk about in here. We'll also be integrating smart wallet, so that you can basically sign up using your email or a phone number or something. You don't need to worry about wallet creations and storing those details, and that you can access the crypto ecosystem using your email or a phone number. So that is going to happen. We are also going to incorporate on-ramping services directly into the platform, so you don't need to worry about putting money into your wallet via third-party service or something. You can directly convert your fiat to crypto on our platform. Use an email to log in, and then just deposit and rest. That's all. You don't need to worry about. And there will be risk assessment as well. So let's say if you're looking for a stable yield at about 7-8%, there will be strategies for that. You want a higher yield, 20 to 30%, there will be strategies for that. And then if you want much higher yield, there will be riskier strategies for that as well. So it will cover the whole ecosystem, all sorts of strategies, all sorts of chain, hopefully all sorts of tokens as well. So it's going to be a wholesome product and it's going to be very cool.
Fantastico. So I mentioned earlier on that there's also been some work or some new opportunities for SPA and veSPA holders. Karthik, do you want to take it from here and talk about what work has been made for SPA and veSPA holders?
For sure. So obviously there are a few opportunities which have existed for a while as well. For example, USDs has a buyback and burn mechanism. So a part of the yield which is generated through USDs collateral that is used to buy back SPA and burn it. Then of course you talked about the opportunity with SPA USDS farms. Then most of the community members may be aware about this, that once you stake SPA, you not only get veSPA, but you actually get a steady APR around with that, alongside that as well. So all of that combined, and now coming to OptiFAI, now we'll have even more opportunities. So let me just go through them. So one would be we would buy back and burn SPA using a portion of the yield, which will basically, I guess, boost SPA growth. So a portion of the yield which we get from various strategies for OptiFAI, that would be used to buy back and burn SPA. So that is one thing. A portion of the yield will go to veSPA holders as reward. So that is an extra incentive for the veSPA holders. And as Shaleen pointed out earlier as well, so anyone who has staked SPA or will stake a certain amount of SPA can actually propose a new strategy to optimize yield on any of the tokens. So if you have a strategy, if your bot can actually beat the existing bot, provided there are certain conditions to it, we will actually accept that new strategy and will allocate some rewards to the proposer as well. And obviously, with OptiFAI, we are taking OptiFAI on multiple chains. So in turn, it will actually lead to an increased visibility and buzz around SPA, and hopefully that is something the SPA holders and veSPA holders both would benefit from that.
Nice. Like we're playing ping pong here. But yeah, Karthik, why don't we move on to some of the marketing stuff that you've been working on? I know you've been working on airdrops, partnering with KOLs. We do our AMAs here. Yeah, what's the update of the past month?
Yeah, so OptiFAI basically is something we want its voice to be heard across everywhere. So be it in DeFi or even beyond that. So as you rightly mentioned, so we have various activities planned. So AMAs, KOLs, some partnership ideas, some PR activities as well, maybe including some newsletter and some quests as well, maybe soon. And besides that, so even in terms of our content marketing, we are focusing on increasing the visibility across platforms and even to new geographies as well. So you'll be seeing us more active on our other channels as well, be it Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok even. And the goal is to not only expand across channels but actually reach to a broader audience as well. So based on various demographics and stuff like that. So yeah, that is maybe a brief of the marketing activities that I have planned. But yeah, more to come. Like in the coming few days or weeks, you'll be definitely seeing all of this. So I guess that answers your question.
Amazing. Yeah, thanks for the update. Hopefully, everyone got a good idea of what's been happening in terms of marketing over the last month. But rather than reflecting in the past and kind of asking you guys What, marketing? Why don't we have a look at let's look forward to the future and what's on the roadmap? Where's the focus? What are we thinking about? Where are we spending our most time? And ultimately, what are our priorities?
So yeah, OptiFAI is the main priority for now. We'll keep on developing the platform for the next for the whole year or so, or probably sometime in the next year as well. We'll bring in a lot many element to this, and so currently, after the audits are complete, the main focus is to get the TVL. The initial target for the first 3 months will be around 20 million, and from there on, the target right around the start of Q1 is about 100 million on that. So we are building a plan. It's already in motion. We have initiated conversations regarding partnerships and listings, and that's the main plan. That's the target. We, as I've already mentioned, what we're going to do with the product, and the product is going to be super useful for anyone who is already existing in the space for quite a long time, or someone who's pretty new to the space. So it's going to be beneficial for each and every individual in the space, and along with the partnerships and listings, this will power both the SPA token as well as the Sperax ecosystem to the moon, hopefully.
Amazing. One question that a trader asked earlier on in the month, and I'm glad they did ask because now's a good opportunity to answer that, but OptiFAI, one of the main topics that we've been speaking about today, is there anything for traders, people who already know how to trade in OptiFAI? Because, yeah, I've clarified that it's very much automated, also leveraging AI. But is there anything for traders to get involved in? Yeah, Karthik, this is probably one for you to answer.
So basically, as I earlier mentioned about, everyone having the opportunity to propose new bots, and of course, if that's that particular optimization strategy, if it works better than the current optimization strategy, we would actually uh, include that, and would also be giving rewards to that. So a lot of traders who I think are more or less familiar with various trading bots, I think they can relate to this. And if someone sees an opportunity which is awesome, so we are more than open to considering that. Obviously there would be certain conditions around that, and you might be required to, and in fact you will be required to stake some spa for that as well. But having said that, if all is well and good, we are more than open for new strategies, and we want to include the traders and all the community members as well. I hope that answers the question.
Does indeed, spot on. And then I know there's been some work or some thought about how Sperax is positioning itself to benefit from the regulatory shift and the Genius Act in the US. So one of the questions that we got was specifically, what does Sperax use of AI entail in the yield optimizer? How are you using AI? And are there plans to leverage these developments to expand USDS adoption into the world of traditional finance?
That's a very interesting and important question to start with. So there are various elements to it. I'll start with the first part of the question. So regulations are always important. Regulations clears you basically gives you a road ahead where you want to take the product, how you can market that product, partner around with similar products to help out your community and increase the TVL and all those things. So regulations are always important. And personally, I'm a good fan. I'm a fan of regulations because it basically clears the road ahead. It gives you a perspective, and obviously you can position your product in such a way that it clears all the requirements of the regulations. With regards to Sperax using AI in the yield optimizer, I think it is pretty evident how we are using it. It is basically in the optimization model that's being used, or the optimization script that's being used to maximize the potential for any deposit. So that's where the AI comes into the picture in the ecosystem. And regarding any plans to leverage these developments to expand USDS adoption in the real world ecosystems. So USDS is more of a, I'd say, a yield aggregator on stable coins. So it basically use the underlying stable coins to provide the yield to people holding USDS. So its adoption depends upon how are we going to merge the gap between the DeFi and the TradeFi. So if the Genius apps help in that and take a step forward to be more inclusive about the DeFi, that will certainly help to get USDS adoption and obviously OptiFAI adoption as well in the real world financial ecosystem. And obviously the Pectra upgrade helps a lot on that front. But it's a learning curve. DeFi is a learning curve for anyone who is from the Web2 space who doesn't understand that much of blockchain or cryptocurrency or DeFi. For them, uh, it's now an opportunity for the builders to provide a product which does not require that much understanding or learning to be able to utilize or to be able to embark on the opportunity that DeFi presents. So obviously, it's going to be good for anyone who's building, who's solving end users' problem. And OptiFAI, I guess, is the step in that direction. So we are going to leverage whatever comes on our way to provide the best possible experience or solution to our users.
Marvelous. And that is, I think, all of the questions that we received over the last month. So now we'll take it. Any live community questions that you guys have here on the call? I'm already seeing Quality Crypto Trader has left one in the comments of this Twitter Spaces. And the question is regarding SIP 71, are 750 million SPA tokens that would be granted for exchange listing activities from the Treasury already part of the circulating supply, or would these be new tokens that would be freshly minted?
So no, these tokens have already been minted. So there is no new minting with regards to SPA token. As we have clarified with SIP 70, there will be no new minting. The total supply is fixed, which is currently stands out at about 4.6 billion. And these 750 tokens are not from the circulating supply. The current circulating supply, which stands at around 2 billion, these are with SPA investors or SPA holders. And the 750 million is in actually treasury and not in supply. But it won't come into supply in one go as such, because it will be a part of a long process in which there will be airdrops, contests, AMA contest, quests, listing fees, and all those things, which are basically a part and parcel of any exchange listing. And if it's a tier one exchange, obviously you need to acquire customer or you need to have acquisition there. So you need to have all these kind of activities. So it will slowly get into the circulating supply. Will take its own course whenever a listing happens. So it's just that it's an allocation which will help us out to fast track a listing process. And obviously, it will acquire more customers. Will have more trading volume around SPA. And all in all, it will be beneficial for the SPA community. So
Okay.
yeah, I guess that's it. Any more questions, guys? You can just comment it out or just request permission to speak, and then yeah, I'll grant the permission.
I just saw Quality Crypto Trader gave a heart, so it looks like your answer answered his doubt. If anybody else has a question, now would be the time to request access or just fire it away in the chat.
I guess that's Felix. No questions at this moment. but you can definitely shoot up a question on our Telegram or Discord chat, or you can just ask a question on one of our posts on X as well, and we'll be happy to answer. We'll keep on publishing weekly updates regarding the progress of OptiFAI, where we are at with the smart contract development. When are we going live with the beta product on BSC? When we are taking the SPA token, or when it is getting launched on BSC? When we create the liquidity pool on PancakeSwap. So these are major updates. All of them will be happening next month, right from the start of first week till the end of June. Major update. So we'll keep pushing it out to the community. We'll keep updating community about where we are at with regards to the audit as well. And we are quite hopeful, and we are confident that the OptiFAI will be one of the major product in the ecosystem, in the DeFi ecosystem, certainly, because it basically converges all that is out there in the ecosystem, apart from obviously trading. But yeah, traders can also participate in the ecosystem by designing a bot which can maximize the potential of underlying strategies. So yeah, I guess, yeah, that's it from my side this time around. And yeah, we can connect next time around.
Yeah, guys. Thanks a lot. Hopefully this Twitter Spaces provide you with feedback or the kind of insights that you guys were looking for. We do these monthly, so just stay tuned to our socials, and you'll see towards the end of June we'll be back with another one. Until then, all the best. Have a great weekend, guys, and catch you later.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Happy weekend.
Cheers, guys. Bye bye.